Hello everyone, welcome back. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. The first signs of trouble arrived under the cover of darkness. In the quiet, dusty streets of Bamako, a sense of unease began to spread, not through official channels but through hushed phone calls and urgent encrypted messages. Rumors of unusual troop movements had been circulating for days, a low hum of anxiety in a nation already accustomed to political tremors. Then the whispers solidified into something more concrete. State security forces, acting with swift and decisive force, began a series of coordinated raids across the capital and in garrisons further afield. Doors were splintered, and soldiers, many of whom had been sleeping, were pulled from their homes and barracks, their startled families watching in confusion and fear. The operation was precise, almost surgical, suggesting a well-prepared response. The gravity of the alleged coup attempt became starkly clear when the identities of some of those arrested were leaked to the press. Among the more than 45 soldiers taken into custody were two high-ranking generals, figures well known within the Malian armed forces. Their inclusion in the sweep elevated the event, from a minor disturbance to a serious challenge against the core of President Goïta's power structure. These were not disgruntled junior officers acting on impulse. They were senior commanders with influence, experience, and networks of loyal subordinates. The arrest of a general is a significant event in any army, but in a military-led government like Mali's, it signals a profound and dangerous schism at the very top. The presence of these two generals among the detainees suggests a plot with deep roots and considerable strategic planning. To understand the tensions that led to the alleged coup attempt, one must look at the recent consolidation of power by President Assimi Goïta. Earlier this year, Goïta was granted a 5-year renewable presidential term. This decision effectively ended the transitional period. That followed the 2021 coup, which saw Goïta oust the civilian leaders he had initially installed. The new mandate gives him a powerful legal framework to govern, transforming his de facto rule into a de jure presidency, and extending his potential time in office for at least a decade. This extension of power was a pivotal moment for Mali. For Goïta and his supporters, it was a necessary step to ensure stability and continuity. The Malian Army, often presented as the unified backbone of the nation, is in reality a complex and increasingly fractured institution. The recent arrests have thrown a harsh spotlight on the growing tensions that have been simmering within its ranks for months. These divisions are not new, but they have been exacerbated by the immense pressures of a decade-long war against jihadists, coupled with the political turmoil of 2 coups in less than a year. Different factions, often aligned along generational lines, personal loyalties, and strategic disagreements, are competing for influence and resources. The group of colonels who came to power with Goïta represents one powerful clique, but they are not the only one. One of the primary sources of tension is a strategic and ideological rift. In the face of swirling rumors and detailed reports from credible media outlets, the Malian parliament issued a swift and categorical denial. In a formal statement, the legislative body, which is largely supportive of the ruling junta, declared that no coup attempt had taken place. They dismissed the stories of widespread arrests and a high-level plot as baseless speculation and malicious propaganda designed to sow discord and destabilize the country. The official line was one of absolute normalcy and unity within the state and the armed forces. The parliament's message was clear. The government is in full control. The military is loyal. Life for ordinary Malians under President Goïta's rule has been shaped by a steady and deliberate tightening of political and civil liberties. Since coming to power, the junta has justified its restrictions as necessary measures to ensure national security and sovereignty in a time of crisis. But in practice, this has meant a significant rollback of democratic freedoms. All political party activities have been suspended indefinitely, effectively silencing organized opposition. Protests and public demonstrations, which used to be a common feature of Mali's vibrant political life, are now forbidden. This has created a climate of fear where expressing dissent can have serious consequences. The media, a crucial pillar of any open society, has also come under immense pressure. The high-level political drama unfolding in Bamako is not a distant affair for the average Malian. Its effects ripple outwards, touching nearly every aspect of daily life. The most immediate impact is on the economy. Political instability creates uncertainty, and uncertainty is toxic for business. Local entrepreneurs hesitate to invest, and foreign companies put expansion plans on hold. The recent news of an attempted coup, even if officially denied, reinforces the perception of Mali as a high-risk environment. This can lead to a slowdown in economic activity, making it harder for ordinary people to find work and provide for their families. Furthermore, the government's focus on internal power struggles and neutralizing political threats can divert attention and resources away from pressing public service needs. As the dust settles from the recent security operation, Mali stands at a critical crossroads, facing an uncertain and potentially volatile future. The immediate question is how President Goïta will handle the aftermath. The fate of the arrested soldiers, especially the two generals, will be a key indicator. A series of public trials could be used to send a strong message of deterrence, showcasing the consequences of disloyalty, but such a move could also risk further inflaming tensions within the army, potentially turning the detained officers into martyrs and galvanizing opposition. The recent events in Bamako have not gone unnoticed by the international community, which watches Mali's trajectory with growing concern. Regional powers, particularly the members of the Economic Community of West African States, are in a difficult position. The path ahead for Mali is fraught with challenges, and the choices made by its leaders in the coming months will determine whether the nation moves toward stability or slides further into conflict and authoritarianism.